When it comes to your face looking older when you look into the mirror, it's not your skin changing, but the loss in facial volume. Here to show us how facial volume rejuvenation can help you is Dr. Andrew Wolin with the Wolin Plastic Surgery Center. Good morning, great to see you.
Good morning, great to see you.
What is facial volume rejuvenation using your own fat?
Well, it's something that I've been doing for about 25 years now, where we harvest fat from other areas of the body, and we use that fat to sculpt and rejuvenate faces. So usually it's in combination with doing other procedures such as a facelift, but it can be done as a totally separate procedure. And it's been fantastic because it's a permanent way of getting a sculpted shape. These are videos of the fat actually after it's been harvested, usually from the outer thigh, and placed in syringes. I centrifuge it to get the pure golden fat out. And the fat is tiny, tiny little pieces. They'll never make little bumps or lumps. They're very easy to inject, and they're all injected with a blunt little cannula, and this is the fat being transferred into the small syringes, and then from the small syringes they're taken out and they're injected into the facial form. Now here's somebody who on the left you can see her facial form is markedly deflated.
Yes.
Not only, it's not a question of wrinkles, it's a question of loss in volume. So she's had fat placed all over the face. There's easily 30 to 40 cc's of fat on either side of the face. Tremendous difference in her lines. Look at her jawline. Look at her cheek. Look at all those areas. Look at her chin. She's also had the neck lifted, but that in combination with the volume, you cannot produce these results with just lifting skin. Here's somebody who came in and had this. She's a patient of mine who had something done 20 years ago, and now she came in, she lost all the volume in the mid-face. Well, I tightened a little bit of her neck, but that's not what you're really seeing. What you're seeing is the volume in the cheeks, around the eyes, around the jaw. This is what gives her a girlish face. It's not tight. It's not pulled. It's natural.
Looking.
It's
exactly.
natural. And this is fantastic. And this has been, I think, a phenomenal boon to facial plastic surgery and how to get natural appearances from the surgery.
You're a board-certified plastic surgeon. How long have you been doing this technique?
This technique I've been doing for almost 25 years. I learned this back in the 90s, and I've changed it over that period of time. Perfected it. And now I use the fat in multiple areas of the body, not just in the face, because we all shrink. Well, maybe not all of us, but most of us shrink as we age, and this is a great way to use your own material to rejuvenate and regenerate the areas.
During this procedure, does a patient need to be asleep, or can they be conscious?
They can be conscious. It depends on how much of the areas I'm doing, truthfully. If I'm doing a lot of different areas, we usually do a little bit of IV sedation, which really means you're not totally out, but you're out enough not to know what's going on. It's twilight. But if there are only small areas that we need to do, then those areas can be done just under a local anesthetic.
Once you do this procedure, how long does it last?
The fat is permanent.
Wow.
The key is that not every fat cell will survive the transfer. But I've been finding that about 70% of what you take out from one area, what you borrow from Peter to pay Paul, is about 70%. And that's forever. It will never go away. It will age naturally the way you age, but there is no better way to stay natural and to stay with your own material that you cannot reject than to do this type of thing.
We've seen the incredible before and afters, but let's talk about the pain. I think a lot of people are thinking, is this going to be extremely painful? Amazingly,
because we're really not dealing with the surface of the skin, there is almost no pain associated. I'd say there is no pain associated with this. You do look swollen for a couple of weeks, but you're having no discomfort. So that's another fantastic thing. It's just an overall great technique that produces great results in the right hands, and it's an artistic way that the plastic surgeon can then sculpt faces.
I love it, and it looks so natural. Dr. Wolin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to learn more information about the Wolin Plastic Surgery Center, visit their website, andrewwolinmd.com, or call the number you see right there on your screen.